This is Nora Lee. What's your last name?
Lautenbach.
Lautenbach. Nice to meet you. And this is her brother, Kurt?
Kirk.
Oh, Kirk. I'm so sorry.
Harlow.
Harlow. Oh,
We were
okay.
adopted by our stepfather,
And your stepfather was?
Joe Harlow.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's how it goes.
Everybody
Fascinating.
coming back from our generation is connected to something.
We're all connected. We're related to the Hamacheks. Lenore Carson.
Yes. That was little Billy's mom.
Yes, Lenore Carson. Her mother, Emma Massey, my grandmother, and the Hamacheks' mother and grandmother were sisters.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, you're talking with
Our grandparents owned the brewery.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's all connected.
Oh,
Door. There was a door there.
okay.
That led to, there's 3 rooms down below, and in that building, that was part of the hotel.
Oh.
And which is the apartment upstairs was apparently where they lived. There was a parlor, a living room, and 3 bedrooms, and there was 1 bath off of the bedroom. That's where Bill Jr., or the second Bill, not
Yep.
Senior, Jr. lived.
Yep.
His wife Lenore, and their daughter Jean, and their son Billy.
And how old is Jean now?
Jean would be, oh my gosh, she's in her 80s.
And where does she live?
Pennsylvania. She lives in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness.
Her first son is actually my brother Kirk's age.
Right.
And she named him after her brother Bill. His name is Bill.
Oh, your father.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was a combination.
Yeah,
of both.
but probably because she, yeah.
This doorway right here did not exist. That was totally closed off. From what I can gather, this room is sort of it has been many things.
Yeah.
It was when the buses would pull in and the women would get off, of course, the women didn't go into bars or things.
Yep.
This was the ladies' room.
So that why it was called the parlor, right?
Yes.
Or the ladies'
it was
room?
the ladies' room. They'd come in here and they'd sit, and there was a room, and there was a bathroom.
Oh, really?
There was a bathroom. I have no idea what's happened to it, but there was
Interesting.
a bathroom off of this room. So you had that entrance and that entrance, our original entrances to this room.
Wow. So that was not an original entrance.
Yeah, it came through
Oh, it
the
did?
door there. That and that were.
Oh,
but
okay.
This was blocked off. This was just a separate room.
There's the lead investigator. You're gonna
The
meet her.
other thing that this room was used for was the people came up during, according to her, I guess I spent 2 hours on the phone with her this morning, when they brought the troops up to pick up the boats that were being built, this is
Yeah.
wartime, at the shipyard. There was one time when they brought some black troops came along, and of course back then, you
Yeah.
didn't have whites and blacks together.
Yeah.
So this room was set up for the blacks.
Wow.
And see, they had their separate entrance,
Yeah.
and then there was a bathroom.
Okay.
Did not have a shower in it, but there was, and I asked her how long did these troops stay? The 3 rooms,
Yeah.
lower rooms of that building next door were also used
Oh,
to
I see.
house some of the troops. And she
Interesting.
said that they would stay anywhere from 2 days to a week, and then they would pick up the boats and they would take them down the Great
Mm-hmm.
Lakes, down the Mississippi and back.
So what I wanted to, when you were here, was that apartment on the other side of the building, was that there or had that been closed off?
That's been, I don't know who closed that off or when that was.
So you had never seen it?
No, I didn't know about that until today. To be perfectly
So
honest, I knew
Jean
there was
is-
an apartment, but I just thought it was up on the 2nd floor. Until she told me about that, I said, "What do you mean door in the?" I said, "I worked. There was no door." So the first thing I did when I got here today is I looked and went, "Oh, there's no door." Yeah, so I was unaware. There was also under that building was an area, a lawn area that the family considered their yard. I mean, this family lived here. Now, Bill Sr. did not live in the apartment. He had a room somewhere up,
Yeah.
she could tell you more on that,
Yeah.
up on the 2nd floor that had some of the rooms, there were about 3 or 4 rooms in the hotel that had bathrooms.
Okay.
And he had one of the rooms that had a bathroom right in the room. And then Gusty, who was the live-in maid, she apparently, Jeannie couldn't remember, but she thought, my mother told me, she thought she lived up on the 3rd floor.
Now, Jeannie, just to catch them up, was Billy's older sister.
Yeah, older
She
sister.
talked to
Yeah.
Billy's older
Gusty
sister.
was from a very poor farm family. And she and Bill apparently Sr. had a relationship. His
And that
wife-
is well known within the family?
Oh yeah, they loved her.
Okay.
They liked her. She was a jokester, by the way.
Oh.
And she loved playing pranks. She was very well liked by all the family members. And she got sick. They just said, from what they said, she just got sick. They thought it might be pneumonia or something, and the family just couldn't take care of her anymore.
Okay.
And so her brothers picked her up and took her back to the farm, and she died shortly after there.
Okay.
And they thought maybe it was pneumonia or something like that. They weren't
Okay.
sure. Now, back then there wasn't
Right.
what you have. But no, she did not have a baby out of wedlock.
She did not.
No. Ruthie is my mother.
Oh.
Yeah, Ruthie was Lenore's younger sister. There was 15 years difference in age between the two. My grandmother had,
She was on the census.
my grandmother had, Loney was the oldest, and then there was 17 years between, so 2 years between her and Lenore, and then Lenore. And then there was a baby boy somewhere in there that died a couple days after birth. And then she had like 2 other kids, like a second family, which would be Marie and then my mother, Ruthie. It was a family business. They needed help. My mother grew up in Kewaunee. What did the kids do? They came down and helped out at the hotel.
Absolutely.
So she was here a lot, because of that. That's what people did.
Yeah.
And so anyway, but her name was Ruthie, and that would have been Kirk and my mother, and that would have been Lenore's sister,
Okay.
younger sister.
We saw your mother listed in a census.
Yeah, and that was, so that was, as far as I know, Gusty did not have an
Yeah,
illegitimate
because
child.
it's sister and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were sister and sister, yes. But like I said, she was so much younger.
Yeah, the age gap was.
Yeah.
huge.
My mom was, Loney, she said, was more like a mother to her than her mother. She took her places, did things, and the same with, and it wasn't until they got older that they became, the
So
closeness. Just like my cousin Jeannie, she's in her 80s, I'm 68.
Right.
I had nothing in common. I'm closer to her kid's age
Right.
than my brother and her son are the same age. But now that we get older, we've become so much closer.
Yeah.
But she lives out in Pennsylvania, and she's very with it. I guess she may be in her 80s.
When
upper
did
80s.
she leave?
The
this-
hotel was sold in 1948, late spring or somewhere in there. She was a senior in high school, so she finished high school here. Then they built a home my grandfather, Ostran, on my dad's side, owned a cottage in Egg Harbor on the shore. And he had a lot of shore property. So he sold them a nice big piece of shore property. And then what they did is they left here and they moved into his cottage until their house was completed. And they built a house. So they retired in Egg Harbor and lived there for, oh my gosh, as kids we spent hours there because my another sister had a cottage down the road. And like I said, then my grandfather's, we just kind of lived up there as kids.
Is there anything that Jeannie or you, for that matter, that would like to see happen in this hotel, changing hands? There's just one thing that you wish could be accomplished here.
That they don't change it. There's just one thing that was removed, and I don't know why Tony did that.
What was removed?
There was a big in the bar, and I don't understand it because it was gorgeous. There was in that corner was a booth of the big dark wood.
So it was like a seating booth, like okay.
That was, I don't know whatever.
Where the tables are, right behind the
Yeah,
gentleman?
right where you
The
came out
mirror?
of the kitchen, there was a corner booth right in there. Yeah, so there are things that are gone. There was at the museum, there is she told me that today, it's Custard's Last Stand. It's apparently a carving, and that was up above the mantle
In the
Oh,
in there, and a long story, it ended up going to Green Bay supposedly to get restored or have to be cleaned or something, and they never got it back. The people that confiscated it or absconded with it must have felt guilty. They gave them another carving, or what happened to that, I don't know. But the thing is, it is somehow the museum got hold of it, and they do have that supposedly at the museum.
Wow.
But she said too that when they left here, underneath that building, there is a basement.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's closed off or what, but there was an outside entrance, you know how you...
Right.
Yeah, and she said there was a room where all her baby buggy, her
Oh,
dolls and everything.
really?
Whatever happened to those, I have no idea. She doesn't either.
So that is original?
That is original. That should not be in any way, shape, or manner touched.
That's the stairwell. So that's an exit.
Yes.
Different rooms.
Yes. Yeah, because she said there was 3 bedrooms. Yeah, there were 3 bedrooms. There would be, yes. There were 3 bedrooms. There was a living room.
So this was probably the living room and the parlor.
Parlor, yes. Because that would be the 3 bedrooms.
Yes. It's confirmation.
Oh my gosh, sure, this would be it. This would have been the apartment.
That's another bedroom. That probably was a bathroom.
Yeah, because I asked her, I said, was there a kitchen? She said, no, because we did all the cooking and everything downstairs. Right. So she said, no, and that was typical of people that lived in hotels.
Right, they would just use the kitchen.
They used the kitchen down there and they stayed there.
She had 3
This
bedrooms.
is the 3 bedrooms. This is it. This is the apartment.
The apartment of Jim Jr. and
So
Noel
that would
and Billy and June.
Or shown then.
Yeah.
Would have been in there.
So little Billy was.
Hi, Billy. I'm your cousin, Ruthie's daughter.
Wow.
Probably
This
walking
is-
with us.
This is really awesome.
Yeah, it really is. I can't describe the feeling I have
Oh,
inside.
this is so neat.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this woodwork, look at this.
I know.
Beautiful.
It's a really good review.
Look at the
The
doors.
original doors.
Yeah. So it's just verification that if you see each door, she said 3 bedrooms. This is 1, 2, and then there's one with a window. That would have been the restroom.
The restroom?
She
Okay.
said the one bedroom, the bathroom was off of one of the bed.
It's right there.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's what she said,
Yeah.
Wow.
that the bathroom was off
You can
one
see
of
it
the
if you want.
bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Oh, so this
This is
is
the
So that was probably the
and that's the bathroom.
so this is the
And
bathroom
that's
here.
what she said, that it was right off of the bedroom.
Except do
June
you
said
think,
that.
except do you think the bathroom's in there off her apartment?
I don't know.
Maybe that was the bathroom.
rooms here, they're just so close. Yeah, they were very close, and they were Billy and William Senior. Look at this.
Yes.
Just very, very close.
Who you told us how you had gotten
Yeah,
into.
you just, you were very, very close. So it was just.
Look at you, fearful.
Oh, did she?
The step,
Yeah.
that's a step.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
covered up a step, they definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She told me about that this morning too, the step.
You'll have to call her back and tell her you
Whoa, yep, that's the stuff.
Yeah, this is
told me
step
about it. I
that
said,
goes down.
Oh, it goes down in.
Yes, she said there was a step that led down in, that is definitely the apartment.
Yeah.
So that little area downstairs that originally we thought they showed Billy was actually,
Where they showed Senior. Yeah, Carson, Billy was shown in the parlor.
Can you tell us again why they showed him down there?
okay, so the parlor would be,
Because he was very prominent.
yeah, through this door where the
There was
apartments
a lot
are.
of people coming, and the fact that he weighed 300-plus pounds.
Right. And you were saying he was the mayor of Kewaunee?
Yeah, at one time, he was the mayor of Kewaunee, he was the fire chief, so he definitely,
Yeah, then he did get a lot of people through.
yeah. And see, Jeannie was actually born in there.
Really?
And the day she was born, I know my mother told me this story, of course Jeannie wouldn't remember because she was,
She
you
was
know,
born.
She was born. But my mother told me they had a dog. And apparently it was a midwife type or whoever came was very upset to help with the delivery because, you don't have a dog
Yeah.
in one of the bedrooms she was born in, and the dog wouldn't leave, it crawled under the bed.
So when you were working here, did you live on the premises?
No, I was.
No, you always
no,
stayed-
I just came, I was waitressing, and then I stayed a lot of late nights because I was doing odds and ends trying to earn money to go to school.
Now, when you were here, they had blocked off the third floor, right?
Yeah, that
Can
was-
you show us how that was blocked off?
The door leading to the third floor, let's go find it. And that supposedly is where Gusty,
Yes. We'll show you Gusty's room.
yeah, where Gusty lived.
This is the room we were getting
Oh,
activity
But
in
you did not
yeah,
quite-
last night.
They had, this was all boarded up.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could not get
To the
up the
stairs
stairs.
at
And
all,
I don't
yeah.
remember it was from there across or where, but that was boarded up.
Right.
Is what they had done. And I don't know why it was closed off, I have no idea, but it was boarded up.
And that was boarded up from the first owner?
I have no idea, all I know is when Schmitz owned it, it was boarded up.
I wonder
Because I
why.
asked him and she said, I don't know, she doesn't know much. Her dad, apparently they weren't using it, heat escaping or whatever, they boarded
Wow,
it up.
interesting.
But yeah, show me where she
None of
actually.
the plaster
But
fell
she
off
didn't
since
die
it was,
here. She
you know,
died at
now it's just
home.
Right, she
exposed
went home
brick.
because she was sick.
That's,
Right.
yeah, you're
I
right.
can't believe they put it up.
Which
So,
doesn't
after you.
mean anything because she could still come back.
Absolutely.
Or she could have there was living.
Now, is this the room that's very haunted?
This is the one that's
Well, they
supposed
say.
to be 310, that's what they call
Because they said,
the room.
because I know that Jeannie always talked about her liking to play jokes on people.
Yes.
She had a fantastic sense of humor and she loved to play practical jokes on people.
Would you like to step in?
So she could be a little,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is funny.
So this was supposedly her room.
Oh, this is her room.
This is the room she stayed in, I believe.
Did you just take a
Oh, yeah,
breath?
see, this would have been
I heard it through lit. I don't
having
know.
some sort of bathroom or sink.
Like a
and-
breath or whistle.
Oh, is this ever pretty over here? I love it.
How about
But
that
that was
doll?
not her. They
No.
found this photograph somewhere.
But that
Now,
is-
but that is Billy Jr. the
Not
second.
Billy, but the middle one, Billy's dad.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you gotta remember, that's Billy, when Billy was growing up, they didn't wear clothes.
Yeah,
like that
exactly,
anymore.
exactly.
So
No,
this is
that would
who?
be Bill's.
Billy Jr.
Bill
So it's
Jr.
Billy's,
Father.
William Sr., Billy Jr., and then Billy,
The third or whatever.
yeah, the third.
Yeah, so that would have been Little
That's
Bill, they
the
called
second.
him Little Bill, Little Billy. That would have been his father.
Yep.
He was little, yeah.
Mhm.
Jeannie said she clarified that when she was here with
Yeah.
one of the previous owners.
Yeah.
Does-
Now, do we know how he passed? Was he,
Yeah,
we
he
haven't heard too
had,
much about him.
was it prostate cancer?
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't anything that he would, you
He
know.
got sick.
Now, did he pass away here in Kewaunee, or?
No,
did he-
no, he was up in, and I don't know if if it was at the hospital or what.
Okay. But
Yeah.
here in state or in Pennsylvania?
Egg Harbor.
Egg Harbor.
Oh,
He was
Egg
Harbor.
Harbor. Oh, that's right.
Or had retired up in Egg Harbor,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
when he got sick. And then she moved back to Kewaunee. She finally sold the house up there. She moved back and rented in Kewaunee. And then eventually she went out because her daughter was out in Pennsylvania.
Wow, okay.
So she went out there. And she was 97 when she died, Lenore
Wow.
was.
My
Did you ever hear of anyone committing suicide or
No,
anything in this room? You
Never heard of it. Then they told me that, I said, well, that's amazing because she went home and died of
Yeah.
some illness. She
But anybody else?
No,
No,
never,
no
never
one?
heard that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because this was the room that there's rumors about, and we were unable to confirm yes or no either way.
I never heard of it. I
Okay.
have to ask Jeannie, but I never heard of anybody committing
Mhm,
suicide.
mhm.
Or any, I mean, this whole place was on fire before, correct?
No, that's a fallacy too. The original hotel burned down.
Okay.
This
They
is
rebuilt
not
this.
the original
Which, no, ah,
It got rebuilt.
Yes, it got rebuilt, and when he rebuilt it, Bill Senior, well, he didn't personally, people did it, but he
Right. He
oversaw
had it
everything.
rebuilt,
That's
yeah.
when he decided this was going to be very elegant hotel. And he actually went out and purchased linens for the beds. He purchased tablecloths, napkins, linen.
Yeah.
because he wanted it to have some class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Jeannie told me the story, see, there was a coal burner in here, and that was before, I think before he was married, Bill.
Okay.
Junior was married to Lenore, and it was his job growing up, or actually it was after, but it was his job shoveling the coal in to keep the place warm.
Yeah.
So after, he was more or less taking over the hotel and
Yes.
Lenore and the whole bit, he purchased a furnace, a new furnace and a thermostat that could, the coal was actually fed in automatically, so you didn't have to. She said the first night they got up the next morning and it was warm. And so, and of course,
I'm sure that was
Senior
a
Bill was very
very nice
upset. He
luxury.
thought it was a big waste of money, from that era.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous spending that kind of money. And Jeannie said, yeah, got up the next morning, the place was warm as could be, and they said, look it.
Yeah.
This is why we needed it. And he said, well, it's probably warm outside. We just had a warm new trip. They went and looked outside, and she said, they looked at the thermometer, and it was -20.
Oh my gosh, how funny.
Now, could you confirm a couple things? Was this doorway, the bathroom doorway, was that the original entranceway, or?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay.
I really
Yeah,
don't.
because it was closed off when she was.
Oh, you're right,
Yeah, I
okay.
have no idea.
Okay.
Because I was never up here. And then when she did I suspect I have no idea though.
Yeah,
See, what
I
we
should ask
I thought this was the
if-
whole wall.
Well,
if
we
there was an
think
actual bathroom in
is
this
that
room.
this is an original
hallway door,
doorway or hallway because of
And this stuff
the
was all
window.
added. I
Yeah.
have a feeling there was no bathroom in this room.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
I doubt it very much.
and one other thing, if you don't
Probably
mind.
not as large.
Is there you know anything about the doll?
No,
Here, let me-
No.
absolutely nothing. Although I know that Jeannie's, all her toys were left behind
In that apartment down below.
in that basement of the apartment.
So this is where Senior passed away, had a heart attack, and
He found him, he found him right here.
He did pass away up here though.
He did, yes, he did, because he was 300 plus pounds. Yeah. So he was, and he was in his 80s.
wanted to see.
Unbelievable, to be that kind of weight.
That weight on you
And
and service.
still, but he did very little around here. His son was running everything, because physically he couldn't. Yeah.
Was there, did he die?
Apparently, they found him. It was just, he was gone. He was here 1 minute and gone.
Not to say too much, but I mean, our meter's actually sleeping.
Experience of being here.
And when she walks by the school, she.
We are salivating here.
Yeah, that's basically what they did.
If you don't mind.
Is it really interesting?
Thank you for sharing all
Yeah,
this.
this is
We've just been wondering since last time where everything happened.
Because if you drive up the
Josh,
road.
and so like I said, I called Jeannie
See all
first thing
these
this morning, got
gravestones
some
that
more
are-
data
Have
from her.
flowers.
Thank you, that was so nice of you to do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Together.
They had we had one bedroom type of thing, it wasn't an apartment and it had a bath. That's what
So I wonder if it was the
I'm gonna go
one.
feed my
it was. The one
Thank you.
with a bath, with a bath.
Still here tonight?
She said there were only a few,
I'm sorry.
and there were only, what did she say, 3 up here with bathrooms or something she told me. And there were only 3, so there weren't a lot of, but he had one with a bathroom.
I'm wondering if it was the
on the
larger
second-
bedroom.
It was the second floor and it had a
I might be able
bathroom.
to tell by when we actually
But she
looked at
said that,
the
that was his bedroom.
We would probably have to look at the, a floor plan of that period to see which room it was.
She opened and made him larger.
Let's see if we can
Yeah.
see okay, here, you can see an example here. See this wooden beam right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so was a wall, and here's an entryway. This was a door.
So, yeah, there was
So-
a small, see, and it wouldn't have been, I'm assuming, well, does this, here, see, there's a bathroom
That's-
here.
Well, they all do now.
Oh, they all
Yeah,
do,
they all
she
do that.
added
But that
that,
might be
yeah.
an original just because of
Yeah,
the
it's hard to
height.
say, yeah, the height of the, going up.
Yeah.
But I know, she told me there were like, I think she said there were 3 rooms on the second floor that had bathrooms, 3 or 4. And she said then Bill Senior had one of the rooms with with his own bathroom, and it was a bathtub or shower,
Full
whatever it
bath,
was. It was a full bath. He had one of those.
Weren't they saying that rumors or something that the younger boy had this one to the right?
Do you
I thought it
know?
was on the other side.
No, Billy lived in the apartment.
That's right,
Okay.
he lived in the apartment.
Because there were 3 bedrooms, Jeannie, Billy, and then
Lenore and.
Lenore and
Junior.
yeah, Uncle Bill.
Yeah, Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill.
All right.
Oh, great.
This is wonderful. We hope that, that new owners, whoever takes care of it will
Yeah,
definitely.
keep some of the stuff
Keep
because
it,
it's
yeah.
just so amazing.
Yeah.
And as we're investigating tonight, we'll definitely ask questions and if, if Mr. Karsten or anyone that still might be here recognizes you or see if we get any
See, now
response.
Billy, but Uncle Bill would,
Yeah.
and it would be called Puck.
His nickname was Puck?
Mine.
Oh, that's good. Let's tell him Puck came today.
So-
Nora Lee or Puck.
Puck.
Yeah, Ruthie's oldest daughter. Yeah.
So we'll see if we get any responses, and if so, we'll let you know.
We will definitely, we need to get your address
Okay,
and
I
phone
will
number and
definitely do
full
that too.
name so we can keep in touch.
Yes, definitely.
If you don't mind.
No, that's fine. I think this is absolutely
I guess I'm-
fabulous.
Yeah, she's barking orders like, well, it's we're not stalkers or anything. So
So did you heard the singing then? I gotta
Yes.
ask
Yeah, we
Jeannie
both
about
did,
that,
yeah.
the
Yes.
singing.
and
then
other people have heard it too, but we heard it clear as day with our own ear.
Yes.
I have to ask her.
It was not on a recording, unfortunately. I wish we would.
We just got here and then we're showing.
Set it
I'm
up.
showing her around.
Actually, we were here in this hallway
When you heard it.
when we heard it.
the
I
singing.
thought it was up the stairs.
Oh, on the third
Well,
floor.
I know,
but we on this
there's-
side of the.
Yeah.
Would
the
there
building.
be any chance that Lenore could have returned?
Sure. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
anybody can
yeah.
Because
return.
my question there is, I know my mother had a beautiful voice and sang in the choir.
Oh.
And so I'm wondering, if,
If it's known within the family that either Lenore or
yeah,
somebody
I'll
sang all
talk
the
to
time.
Jeannie, but
Even
it
your
could have been.
Your mother sang?
Yeah, she sang.
Because I think employees actually when they're straightening up the rooms, I think they hear
Yeah,
it too.
they've heard
Yeah.
voices. Yeah.
Or singing.
singing.
Yeah.
But I could have been Gusty too, but they always called her Gusty.
Gusty.
That's beautiful.
Cute. I like that
Gusty,
name.
yeah. And Jeannie said everybody in the family liked her a lot.
Good.
And they were good to her and, the whole bit.
Wonderful.
Well, this
Oh my gosh.
is great.
Well, we were just saying this morning, I said, gosh, we need to get her phone number. We need to ask her more
We were
questions.
gonna
I just happened to pop
And
in.
you just
No, we
came.
did. We were making a list to call and ask you. We're so glad you
Yes.
came.
Oh my gosh.
I got up this morning and said, I'm going to Kewaunee.
Oh my gosh.